Oh my goodness, that is so good. It is the new year, and I know a lot of us are trying to get back into a routine after a busy holiday season, and some of us have set goals for ourselves. And I feel like a lot of those goals revolve around saving time, budgeting our money, and taking better care of our personal health. I have a video today that I think is going to help with all three of those things. We're going to do a little meal prepping today, and we're actually going to prep a few individual portions of things that we can eat for lunch or dinner. Now, it probably goes without saying for a lot of people that learning to eat more from home and cook more of our own food saves us money. I find that a typical fast food lunch for myself or for my family can be anywhere from $5 to $10 per person, depending on where you are eating and what you are getting. A quick service meal, which is sort of a step up from fast food for me, a place like Chipotle or Panera, can run anywhere from $10 to $15 or even $20 per person. And if that's something that you budget for, then more power to you. But for those of us looking to save money and kind of looking for a way to cut corners, especially as food costs are rising, including the cost we are paying to eat outside of our own kitchens, cutting back on eating out, especially quick lunches out during a work day, can be something that will save us a lot of money over the course of the year. In addition, I feel like it's better for my health whenever I'm prepping my own food because I know exactly what's going in it, and I can control the portion sizes, the amounts and types of vegetables that I'm using. I can also make it and season it according to my personal preferences or for the people that I'm cooking it for. And we're gonna save ourselves a little time in the long run today by prepping multiple meals at the same time so that we're really only working once in the kitchen to feed ourselves several meals across the week. I have actually almost always packed my lunch, even when I was teaching full-time. I was a classroom teacher for 11 years, and especially in those first several years when I was teaching, when I was 23, 24, 25, some of my favorite things to take in my lunch were those microwave dinners, you know, the ones I'm talking about, where they come in a cardboard box and you take them out, lift the plastic off of them, and then you cook them in the microwave for a certain amount of time. I ate those all the time. I thought today what I might do for fun is to show you guys how I am making dupes of some of my favorites of those, the ones that I like the most, and they're gonna be so much better, they're gonna taste better, they're gonna be so much more filling, and I'm gonna know exactly what is in them. Two of these came to mind as frequent flyers in my lunchbox years ago. One of them was a Santa Fe style rice and beans, and the other one was a 3-cheese ziti marinara. I actually tried to track these down for you guys. I checked a couple of different stores and I could not find them. So I guess another reason to be making these ourselves to eat throughout the week is that maybe they're not available. They're gonna be freezable, they're gonna be reheatable, they're gonna be delicious, and they're gonna be much better for our pocketbooks and probably a little bit more nourishing and nutrient dense. This is what I'm using to recreate the Santa Fe style rice and beans. You will need 2 cups of cooked rice. I'm going to cook some of this organic sprouted brown rice. So I'm gonna start with a cup dry. It'll cook up to about 2 cups of cooked rice. I'm using 1 cup of black beans, 1 cup of frozen corn. I'm gonna use just a little bit of this onion. I'll chop it up, probably just a few tablespoons of chopped onion. And I'm also going to use 1 zucchini and a few little mini bell peppers, which I will chop up into bite-sized pieces. As far as seasoning this, it's really up to you. Salt and pepper go a long way. I feel like a Cajun seasoning like this Tony's seasoning is also a really good option. This one came from Trader Joe's. It's an everything but the elote seasoning, and it would also be really good in this dish. I'm just gonna keep it simple today and just season mine with salt and pepper, but feel free, if you know your taste preferences, to season it how you like it. I have my veggies in here sauteing in just a little bit of olive oil. I am going to season those with some salt and pepper. Just give them a stir. I only want to saute these for a minute or 2 maybe, because I intend to reheat these meals after I make them, so I don't really want the veggies to get all mushy. Since my corn is frozen, I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in now as well, just to kind of give it a bit of a par cook. You could use canned corn if you wanted. You would just want to drain it first, and then you wouldn't need to saute it any with the vegetables, because canned corn is, you know, a little bit mushier, I feel like, than frozen corn. Look how colorful that looks. Doesn't that just look yummy? To this, I'm adding my black beans, which I drained and rinsed, and I'm gonna stir in my rice, and I'm gonna turn the heat off, and then it is basically ready to put into my containers. Now, as it stands right now, this meal is meatless. It is dairy-free. It is gluten-free. It's basically vegan, I think, unless I've missed something. But you can jazz this up whatever way you want to. If you wanted to add some shredded chicken or some taco meat, you can. If you want to add a little bit of cheese, you you can. The one that comes in the box has a sort of sauce that comes with it. And when I've made this before, I've duplicated that by using equal parts jar queso and sour cream. I'm actually gonna try ours with some of this dairy-free cheese sauce that I got from Thrive. And whenever I have made these before or I've packed them, a lot of times I will add a piece of fruit, maybe some tortilla chips, maybe some extra vegetables. I mean, this is one of those really versatile ones that you can kind of make your own according to what you like. Okay, I know you guys wanna know what I think of the vegan cheese sauce, so I have a little tester here. I got the zesty cheddar style, and I love that it comes in 3 pouches, so you can just use one of these at a time, and you don't have to like open one package and then try to use it in a certain amount of time. It just comes in small portions. Oh my goodness, that is so good. I would never guess that that isn't jar queso. I would never guess that that is vegan. So good. I mean, I guess I could go vegan if I could douse everything in vegan cheese sauce. Yummy. Thumbs up to this zesty cheddar style vegan cheese sauce. So good. Highly recommend. I am so excited to be partnering with Thrive Market to bring you today's video. Thrive Market is an online grocery retailer whose mission is to make healthy living affordable and accessible to everyone. Through their website, people can go online and order things that they need or that they want, especially items that might not be very accessible or very affordable in the places where they live. They have lots of options for gluten-free items, dairy-free items, vegan items, organic items. They make it pretty easy to navigate their website and find the things that you're looking for. You can even filter your results according to the dietary needs or preferences that you have, like keto, vegan, gluten-free, etc. I know, especially for people who need to eat a certain way, that accessibility and affordability can be a real challenge when it comes to getting the foods that they need. So I love that we can go online and we can pick out exactly what we want, or we can look around for things that fit our needs or our lifestyle, and it will be shipped directly to our doorstep. Thrive Market also has an app which makes it easy to browse what they offer and pick out the things that you want to order. And one of the things that I love about that app is they have an option for scanning items in the grocery store. So if you are standing in a grocery store looking at an item and you want to know if Thrive Market carries it, you can scan that item and it'll show you whether or not it's available and how much it costs. You can see if you're going to get a better deal with Thrive Market, and chances are you will. When you visit the link in the description box, thrivemarket.com/C Mindy Mom, new members will get 40% off their first order plus a free gift. When it comes to the companies that I support and that I work with, I try to be particular about working with companies that have a heart. So one of the things that I really love about Thrive Market is that they have a one-to-one member initiative. So for every membership that is purchased, they give one to a family in need. And I know that this is something that people need because I get comments on my channel all the time from people who are really struggling to keep their grocery budgets in check because they are trying to provide for a person in their household who has a special dietary need. So the fact that Thrive makes their whole market available to somebody who might not otherwise be able to afford the membership but needs those member-only prices so that they can feed somebody in their family or themselves, that is really cool. So visit the link in the description box, thrivemarket.com/C Mindy Mom. Have a look around their website. If you've never ordered with them before, be sure that you use that link so that you get 40% off your first order plus a free gift. Okay, my Santa Fe style rice and beans dupes, my copycats here, are ready to go in the refrigerator. I just put them in these little containers that I use in the refrigerator for meal prep because I know that these are gonna get eaten in the next few days. If you wanted to freeze these, I mean, you wouldn't wanna freeze the little oranges if you're using that, but if you just wanted to freeze the meal that I made in little freezer-friendly containers, you could, and then you could take them out, throw them in your lunchbox, and reheat them when you're ready to eat them. Just use freezer-friendly, microwavable, safe containers for that. For the frozen pasta meal that I used to really like and eat all the time, we're actually gonna jazz that up just a little bit, at least I am. And I'm gonna use the crock pot. It's gonna help me out a lot. First off, I'm gonna add some chicken because I'm gonna up the protein content of this just a little bit with some shredded chicken. And we're actually going to make that along with the sauce in the crock pot. And then it will be really easy to assemble multiples of these that we can eat whenever. In my crock pot, I have 2 large chicken breasts, about a pound of chicken breast. I'm sorry you can't see them because they're hiding underneath all of the tomato products. I used 1 can of crushed tomatoes and 1 can of petite diced tomatoes. I just put them in on top, didn't drain them or anything. And I've seasoned this with a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, some salt and pepper, and then just a little bit of red pepper flake because I like a little kick in this kind of dish. If you want to, you could take a shortcut, and instead of using the canned tomatoes and seasoning it yourself, you could just pour in a jar of prepared tomato sauce, whatever that might be for you. So I'm gonna pop the lid on, and I will cook mine on high because they will be done in about 2 to 3 hours. You could cook it on low if you were coming back to it later on in the day to finish the prep work, but I'm gonna cook mine on high, and then I'll come back and shred them up and we'll put the meals together. So you can actually use whatever kind of pasta you want to make this. Today I'm gonna use this gluten-free pasta that I got from Thrive Market. I wanna try it out. I'm keeping a few more gluten-free things in our pantry because my daughter's best friend has a gluten sensitivity. So whenever she is over here, I wanna make sure that I have a few things that she can have so she doesn't have to always be, bringing her own food every time she comes over. We wanna be hospitable to her. So I'm actually gonna use some of this organic brown rice penne. You can use whatever pasta you like. The pasta cooked up beautifully. In fact, I tried some of it, and honestly, I could not tell a difference between this gluten-free pasta and the regular pasta that I make, so I was very pleased with that. Once the chicken was done cooking in the crock pot, I removed it and shredded it and then put it back in the crock pot with the sauce, and then my meals were ready to assemble. I did make these pretty large servings because I cooked a full 16-ounce box of pasta and then spread it out across 5 containers, so there's not quite a double serving, but more than 1 serving of pasta in each container. My husband has a pretty good appetite at lunchtime, especially on days when he has been to a morning workout. So I did want to make these pretty good serving sizes, larger than the box dinner. So I just spooned the chicken and sauce mixture over the top of the noodles and then sprinkled a little bit of mozzarella cheese on top. And these were ready to pop the lid on and put in the freezer once they cooled down a little bit. Thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. Please visit the link in the description box below, thrivemarket.com/cminimom, so you can get 40% off your first Thrive Market order and a free gift. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again with another video very soon.